Oh, yeah. This is a calculator, yes. And it has various functions, yeah. And quite often when you time something, you get 5,548,035. But these calculators, though random in my use of the numbers, yeah, 342.96, yeah. There's a possibility that I'm being influenced by something other than myself. Yeah. Now, 312, 363. Yes. hmm Now, my concern is, right, is that some influence might be happening that I'm not aware of. Yes. 69839. Now, for a lot of individuals, this concept of influencing the thoughts of those that are citizens of the United States or any nation of the world, yes, we're really just calculators, and if you use the right number scheme, yes, you can get the right results. 130,743. Now, numbers have been very involved in a lot of calculations. And when I consider how to calculate certain things, yeah, I find that a calculator is very effective at doing that. And a lot of those that are in the monarch family, yeah, uh, they make a lot of their decisions because of the numbers involved. Yes. Now, there's what's known as the zodiac. Yeah. Quite possibly you've heard of the 12 signs of the zodiac in some Asian nations. It's very influential. Then there's the horoscope, the month and day that you were born, inclusive of the year. Yeah. How the stars are aligned for you, and exactly what kind of future that you might have. But when you think of 7.5 billion persons all using some sort of well numbers to decide their decision making, there's some influence on the actual individual that reads the numbers. Now, yesterday, yeah, I was watching television, and I think it was the season finale. Somebody had won the Nobel Prize. Yes. And I had emailed the Nobel Prize organization. And as much as I disliked the individual that said that physics was really one of these types of sciences where you could be rude, um, I had noticed that certain individuals had got the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. And I thought I'd like to have that for myself. And I thought, well, if I can manufacture some water and maybe some additional electricity and increase the actual yield of the world's food supply, I could help in the actual doubling of the world's population. Now, it's kind of an odd criteria for winning the Nobel Peace Prize that I myself, as a citizen, had introduced new technologies that would add 2 trillion gallons of fresh water a year. Yes. Of course, then there's all that salt and salt fusion technology and desalinated salt microchips and desalinated salt hard drives and this whole concept of increasing the quality of life for those that are citizens of the world. Now, I've been documenting a lot of these innovations thinking that I should actually be an individual that should get that Peace Prize. And as much as I enjoyed the season finale, there was what was said, and it really causes me some concern because let's say you said, in my way, I love you. Pal. Well, I've heard this said before kiss me, tell me that you love me. I was married for 10 years to a woman that abducted my sons, and the only time she wanted to be kissed was when we were going to have sexual intercourse or some sort of sexual intimacy. And when I heard in my way, I love you, I was thinking that the whole concept of love, yes, has been somewhat programmed to mean something different than it actually means. Yes. Now, let's say you're one of these women. You're in the oh, which I know, the hen, like a hen, you little female chicken. Yeah. And you have not been able to experience the intimacy of loving another person. Because the only time you kiss each other is when you say, kiss me, tell me that you love me. See, there's the me. Oh! Now, when I was watching the season finale, yes, of a Nobel Prize winner, there's the concept of I love you. Now, let's say you're in the family. You do a little monarch programming. I just like the thought of love being used as one of these trigger words or phrases. Yes. That we're just going to control the sexuality of the world and we're going to use little sayings. Yeah. To control those that are citizens because we really don't want you having sex. Ouch! And my concern is I don't want to have to say something to the woman that I'm wanting to, well, give an orgasm to, but she needs to give me her first orgasm. After that, I can give her the second. That causes a trigger in her puppet programming that happens to be based on the monarch butterfly. Now, when we do an evaluation of each of the sexual experiences of those that are volunteers, I'm just going to ask you, yes, before you engaged, yes, in some sort of sexual relations, did you have to hear or say something to be able to experience the love that person should have for one another? See, in my way, yes, I don't love you. Pooch. There's this concept of human love. Yes, there is. And I thought that somebody, yes, that was a little too focused on the numbers, decided to sew in this idea, yes, that we can turn them on and we can turn them off. Now, I know yesterday we had a little talk with the Queen, and it's not the homeland, Germany. Ooch. It's going to be the Commonwealth of the world. The Commonwealth of the world. See, when I'm with a woman,